They've got DeAndre Ayton. Jimmy Butler out there with Cunningham. And it's Jordan in a two-guard. And for Brooklyn, Edwards out there with Murray. Then there's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Jokic in at the 5, picked by Murray. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Jordan. Takes a 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez.
We talked about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler and full focus tonight, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And so here is Chicago, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Edwards against Jordan. Clock at 6. Out of bounds, it'll be the Nets ball. And the 8-time All-Star, Vince Carter himself, here enjoying the play of his former team.
Yeah, and they're putting on a show right now, something he'd know about. One of the all-time high flyers. His dunk contest performance in 2000 is maybe the best ever.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Nikola Jokic. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Jordan. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Cunningham. Three-pointer. Gordon pulls it in. The Nets have gone 1 for 3 so far. And here's Edwards outside. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Cunningham passes to Butler. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. That one's good for 2.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's Porzingis. Gordon outside. Pass to Edwards. Tries the 9-footer. Rebounded by Pippen. Chicago trailing here. Here's Cunningham. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Nets. Outside Murray. Porzingis with it from behind the arc. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pippen pass to Cunningham. And he jams it home with authority.
There's Cunningham showing off that leaping ability. Outstanding finish with the slam.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Graham.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Austin Reeves is checked in for Brooklyn. Darius Garland comes in for DeJounte Murray. Franz Wagner checked in for Chicago. Bridges comes in for Cade Cunningham. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Back to Bridges. Pass to Pippen. Lets the three fly. Drops in the three.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Gordon outside. Now Jokic. Shoots over Ayton. Jokic, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Wagner. Ayton passes to Bridges. Jordan with it. Pass to Pippen. Here's Wagner. Up and over Gordon. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Here's Jordan following the bucket by Brooklyn. Here's Pippen. Rebound Brooklyn.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Garland, the pass to Reeves. The three ball. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got his fourth rebound in this one. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Pippen, defended by Gordon. Good work defensively by Gordon.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
A deep three. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Tie game in Brooklyn. And we'll be back with you shortly. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
They've got Darius Garland. He's out there with Austin Reeves. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Colin Sexton. And it's Wilson in at the 4. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Ali, he's certainly got the skill level. The Bulls trail by 3. Bridges outside. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple. Bridges has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy dangerous as a shooter.
Garland for 3. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Awoma, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Murray comes in for Darius Garland. Butler can't get it to go. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's deflected.
What a big-time block from Franz Wagner. Wow, how about the grit on the defensive end?
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Butler finds Wagner. Butler, a screen on Sexton. Cunningham outside. Cade taking it in. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Yeah, strong player mentally. Cunningham showing the physical strength on that play.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Clowney, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Anthony Edwards comes in for Sexton. And a change for the Bulls. Pippen's checked in. Murray up top. He's watched by Cunningham. Pass to Clowney. And again, it's the Nets missing. Chicago leading. Here's Cunningham. And Reeves pulls it down.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Back to Murray. Cunningham against Reeves. Beyond the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Butler taking his time here. Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler.
Boy, as a driver, Jimmy Butler is so physical, so tough. He's going to command the defensive attention. Nice drive.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Clowney. Now Reeves. To the paint. To snap the cold streak. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Come on, everybody. You get to see yourself on the big screen and show it. That's cool. Come on, let's go.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jokic is checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Colin Sexton in for Clowney. And the Bulls also making a change. Jordan's checked in for Cade Cunningham. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Pass to Pippen. Outside Butler. Fires for 3. Jokic grabs the board. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Outside Murray. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall. Murray's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
Sexton against Jordan. On the wing, Murray. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Gordon comes in for Sexton. Ayton, he's checked in for Chicago. Cunningham comes in for Wagner. Here's Butler. Oh! Hammers it home.
So nice.
Well, a little show and tell from the Butler. Jimmy giving the fans their money's worth.
Brooklyn has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Pass to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Boy, the bounce pass put right on the money. Nice assist.
Ayton, a screen on Edwards. Jordan, the pass to Ayton. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. And it's Murray with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Gordon outside. For three, Porzingis. Rebounded by Butler. The Bulls have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, that's fantastic execution. Jimmy Butler has excellent touch close to the rim.
Murray scanning the floor. Pass to Edwards. Now Jokic.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Jokic stepping the line with 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jokic. And Jokic drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Get ready for the first half-court shot.
Drum roll. They're measuring out the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And the Bulls shooting only 39% so far in the game. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Butler. Then there's Cunningham, and it's Pippen in at the 3 slot.
You love Jimmy Butler playing above the rim. That's a statement dunk right there.
Back to Murray. Pass to Porzingis. Gordon outside. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Edwards outside. Knocks down the long J. Edwards has got 12 points in the game.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Cunningham, a screen on Edwards. From deep, Jordan. The rebound by Murray. The Nets with a lead. Gordon, the pass to Murray. Porzingis with it. Back to Gordon. Pass to Murray. 3-pointer, no good. Chicago with the ball. Outside Butler. Jordan with it. Fires from the line. The shot comes out. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Edwards. Chicago with a rebound. Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Porzingis. Outside Edwards. The 3. And Cunningham pulls it down.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Here's Jordan. Some solid defense from Edwards. For Brooklyn, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Murray. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And he drops a first.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
So he gets them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Outside Porzingis. Edwards against Jordan. Edwards, no good. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Pippen, the pass to Butler. Here's the three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Gordon's got 4 rebounds in the game. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Edwards for 3. Anthony Edwards rains one in. Man, what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Pass to Pippen. Butler with the ball. Ayton, a screen on Porzingis. Here's Butler. Now here's Ayton. Here's Pippen. Outside Butler. Oh, Jimmy Butler cashing in from distance.
Zero hesitation from Jimmy. Shot ready on the catch. Nicely done.
Gordon outside. Jordan against Edwards. Jokic with a screen on Jordan. Again, the miss by Edwards. For Chicago, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Pass to Jordan. Now Ayton. Jordan with a screen on Jokic. Cunningham outside. And here's Jordan. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
This feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Sexton's checked in for Gordon. Reeves comes in for Anthony Edwards. And Garland is subbed in for DeJounte Murray.
Well, such confidence on display from Darius Garland. Doesn't waste possessions, aggressive offensively.
And here's Jordan over Reeves. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Garland. Vucevic with some nice D. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Chicago. 2-point game. Pass to Bridges. Back to Cunningham. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Cunningham's got 7 now in this quarter. The Nets have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Outside Garland. For 3, Sexton. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. Sexton's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, Colin Sexton's assertiveness right there with the rise and fire, exactly what his team wants from him.
Garland against Cunningham. Wagner with a screen on Garland. Wagner outside. He gets it up. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Chicago. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Brooklyn has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Colin Sexton out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Murray. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Chicago leading. Pippen pass to Butler. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. Now here's Butler, tightly guarded. Pass to Pippen. Second chance effort, and it's good on the lay-in. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Well, when the playmaking duties fall to Jimmy Butler, he is more than capable.
Outside Sexton. Right side Murray. They set a pick to tie it up. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Pass to Pippen. Bridges with it. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Nets trail by 3. Outside Sexton. Pass to Edwards. Outside Reeves. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Reeves has got his first points of the night.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Pass to Pippen. Driving to the basket. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Edwards looking for an opening. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Bulls leading by 3. Pass to Bridges. Butler with the ball. He's covered by Reeves. Butler against Reeves. The gritty finish from Butler there.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler has found his groove, and he isn't letting the defense impact him in any way.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. The coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. So both teams making some changes here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Allie, thank you. Pass to Aiden. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
DeAndre Ayton with a big-time shot. Go ahead, young sir.
Murray passes to Jokic. Outside Edwards. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Here's Butler driving inside, and the layup is good. And now it's a 6-point Bulls lead.
When he decides he wants to take it to the bucket, it's really hard for anyone to slow him down.
Porzingis with a screen on Ayton. Here's Jokic. Perfect. Right between the eyes on that one.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Here's Butler. Rebound Brooklyn. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Murray. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Pass to Jordan. Over Edwards. Jordan misses. Brooklyn has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same. And largely a no-show right here.
Pippen, pass to Jordan. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Edwards finds Jokic. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's Butler. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
There's a level of physicality that Jimmy Butler plays with that he's going to force you to match. Nice job drawing contact.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Edwards. 40 seconds left in the fourth. Gordon, the pass to Porzingis. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5. Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
Here's Jokic. And Ayton pulls it down. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first. And that increases the lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Brooklyn calls timeout. We've got 22 seconds left in the final quarter. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's Edwards on the wing, covered by Jordan. Edwards, a pass to Porzingis. Count it! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3!
Kristaps Porzingis in a big spot, not an inch of back down. That is beautiful.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. Murray passes to Edwards. From deep three-point land. So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
All right, Jimmy, as you prepared for this one, what was the focus?
Just how hard we had to play, home or away. I think we did that. We stayed together through their runs, through our runs, and that was quality, and that's getting us done.
4 great quarters of work. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game